Pro Wrestling 300, you already know what it is. NXT Stand and Deliver, April 1st. They started the show a little bit early. It appears that they started at 12:30 instead of 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Fate of Chase U to open the show. Cool to see Ava and Thea work. Duke Hudson feigns to turn and does his best Hulk Hogan shirt tear impression for a giant pop. Chase and Duke hit the fratliner on Jaggerid for the win. Good stuff to open the action. Ladder match for the women's title to open the main card. Zoe, Indy, Gigi, Lyra, and Tiff Stratton. Roxy is a house of fire out of the gate. Ladders in play, and these women are tearing it the fuck down. JC appears as Gigi was about to grab the belt and pushes her off of the ladder. Dexter Loomis appears from under the ring to help Indy grab the belt. New NXT Women's Champion, Indy Hartwell. Shout out to all the talent involved in the match. Great bumps, incredible action, good fucking luck following that. I am super fucking impressed. I thought it was going to be a rough match, but it's one of the better ladder matches that you'll see. Three-way dance for the tag titles up next. Creed Brothers versus Gallus versus Tony D and Stax. The match was okay. Some high points and some very bad low points. Can't half-ass doing moves because people are going to get hurt really fucking fast. Gallus win after a Joe Coffey return. North American Open Challenge, Wes Lee versus JD McDonough versus Ilya Dragunov versus Axiom versus Dragon Lee. This match is fast fucking paced. They are working pretty tight, which I'm a giant fan of. I don't mind the crazy spots so much if they're laying it in. That much I've noticed. This is another really good match. So far, only the tag title match was a dud. If you aren't familiar with Ilya Dragunov, I highly recommend that you become familiar with him because he is a fucking maniac. Wesley with a cardiac kick on Ilya Dragunov for the win. Excellent match. Top of the card, has a very, very high bar to reach. Gargano versus Waller up next in an unsanctioned match. They open up with a chair shot, so I'm curious where the fuck they're going to go from here. Both guys took a nasty bump from an apron suplex onto some chairs. Looked like Waller got nervous after he was already mid-move. You can't fucking do that shit. That's the exact shit that I was talking about that happened in the tag match. Good second half of the match. They hit each other with a variety of weapons. Gargano picks up the win via tap out. Women's tag title match, Kiana James and Fallon Henley versus Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. Match was decent. Isla and Alba hit a backstabber swanton combo on Kiana for the win, and new women's tag team champions Fire Dawn. Main event time, Braun versus Mello for the NXT championship, big man versus small man style match. Braun was no-selling a lot of Mello's offense. Botches galore, but Mello hits a nothing but net for the win on Braun, and new NXT World Champion Carmelo Hayes. They did a nice thing where Braun handed the title off to Mello afterwards. It was a nice little piece of business, I think. I'm pretty happy that they did that. Overall, it was a pretty good show, man, so make sure that you stay locked in all weekend long. You can reach out to us on Instagram at Pro Wrestling Summit. At Pro Wrestling Summit, yes, on Instagram. Motherfucker. I'm going good, Danny. I'm going fucking crazy today. Make sure you stay locked in and make sure that you go watch wrestling. Oh, and by the way, I'm not putting the review up tonight for WrestleMania Night 1, dude. That's going up tomorrow morning. There's no fucking way. I'm tired. It's been a lot of fucking wrestling. So go watch wrestling. Peace.